Hey guys, Gamezak here and welcome to my top 10 PC platformer games to watch in 2017. Now, nostalgia is a bit of a point for platformers in 2017, seeing names like Sonic, Banjo Kazooie, and Crash. But there are some great new and innovative titles too. Well, be sure to stretch and warm up before jumping into these games. First up, we've got Death's Gambit by White Rabbit. A pixel art side-scroller with bosses multiple screens big that you can scale. Explore an alien world as you amass an arsenal of weapons and spells. Gameplay seems somewhat Dark Souls inspired with dodge rolling and deliberate controls, along with a warning that you should be prepared to die. If you're looking for a 2D Souls game, then this might be for you. Next up, we have Sundered by Lotus Games, a uniquely styled action platformer revolving around a fight for survival and sanity. Raising over 200,000 Canadian dollars on Kickstarter, this hand-drawn game features massive boss fights, corruptible abilities, and multiple endings. It's always nice to see new-looking things come to the gaming scene, and this, although maybe a smaller release, looks interesting enough to make a mark. Next up, we've got Doko Roca by Okobu Games, a roguelike vertical action platformer with a gorgeous pixel art style. It looks fast-paced and skill-based, set in a beautiful yet melancholic world. It's a smaller budget game, raising $42,000 on Kickstarter, but it's looking interesting with core concepts being swordplay, strange magic, and a legacy system where your attempts leave a cumulative effect on the world. I say it's worth checking out. And then we have Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom by Atelier, a spiritual successor to the Wonder Boy series. This may not be everyone's cup of tea, but a lot of people are excited for it. Taking influence from the 1989 Wonder Boy game, you explore an open world, solve puzzles, and gain up to 6 animal forms that you can transform into at will, each with their own abilities. I think if you're into the Wonder Boy games, you'll love this one, though the art style has put off a few. And next we have Hot Lava by Klei Entertainment. At first this seems like a weird indie title, a first-person platformer where it's the childhood game The Floor is Lava brought to life. But then you see it's made by Klei, the creators of Don't Starve, and you get more confused but also excited. We can trust Klei to fill the game with interesting characters and unique personality, which might be just what a game like this needs to be captivating. Though in the end, it might just end up being a bland experience despite their efforts. I'd keep an eye on this one just to see how it turns out. Then we've got Hob by Runic Games. From the creators of Torchlight, presenting worldless narrative where the story is communicated visually, puzzle solving and unlocking areas, and a mechanical glove arm used for traversal and combat. This looks like an interesting addition to the genre. It looks like a solid enough experience, though with the lineup of games we have this year, I'm not sure if solid will be enough. Keep watching this one and see if it does actually turn out to be an amazing game. Next we have Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces by Headcannon, PagodaWest Games, and Sonic Team. I'm putting these two together because they're both Sonic games, just one is looking to the past and the other is looking to now. Sonic Mania is going back to the original 2D game on the Sega Genesis and is looking great, while Sonic Forces is 3D. Many of the newer Sonic games were not received well, and it's generally been hit and miss. These two games indicate that they have learned from their mistakes and are dedicated to creating true Sonic experiences, but considering its history, I'll just be a bit cautious with these two. And then we've got A Hat in Time by Gears for Breakfast. A charming looking game where you play Hat Kid, a young girl capable of interstellar travel. Inspired by Super Mario 64 and Banjo Kazooie, it has all the expected trappings of a 3D platformer, bringing you some nostalgia through a new game. It looks fun, but there's a lot of competition in 2017 for this sort of game, and we'll have to see if it can stand out amongst the competition. And next we've got Ukulele by Playtonic Games. Speaking of Banjo Kazooie, here's a spiritual successor. I wouldn't be able to get away with a platformer list in 2017 without mentioning Ukulele. I did list it last year, but it's been a huge project raising over £2 million on Kickstarter, filled with unique characters, co-op mode, and promising a unique experience for every player depending on your choices. This is offering a lot. It looks great, reminiscent of the classic 3D platformer, while also still being a great modern game, though there have been some reports of clunky controls and camera, which may or may not be a deal breaker for you. Finally, we have Cuphead by Studio MDHR. A game we've been waiting on for a while now, but it can't be delayed again, right? Inspired by 1930s cartoons, this co-op platformer looks to be a nostalgic trip to your childhood TV entertainment, while being a fun but challenging game to play with a friend. Considering the delays, it should end up being a refined experience, but game dev doesn't always work out as planned, and it could be an indicator that things have gone a bit wrong. I'm really hoping this turns out amazing though. Now for some bonus games. I know it's not coming to the PC and it's gonna be a PS4 exclusive, but Crash Bandicoot is being remastered there. Rain World is a game that I've listed twice before and it's now been released. Downward is an interesting early access first-person platformer, but I'm not entirely confident of how great that'll be. And looking a bit to the future, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is scheduled for 2018 and Psychonauts 2 is also scheduled for 2018. Now, most of these games should be releasing in 2017, but either way you should keep an eye on developments to see if these games will hit the ground running or end up having two left feet. And to wrap up, here's something I'd like to know. What do you think of all this nostalgia coming back in 2017? Is it a great revival or more of a running out of ideas situation? I'd love to know what you think. Alright, that wraps up my top 10 PC platformer games to watch in 2017. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, drop me a like or share it with your friends. The support is always appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.